G'day guys, Caleb from Epic Go Travel in the garage today. We're doing some tray organisation tidying. I've left the cover on this the whole time. It is full of dust, dirt, grime, crap. Yes, much dustier in here than what I realised. But anyway, that's not the video today. The video today is all about getting some organisation and some tidying for the tray. There's a few things I carry all the time. Inflation, deflation kit, tool kit, recovery kit. I've actually got some Pirate Camco brackets. I've got a jerry can bracket for there, and I've got their little shelf here, which what I'm hoping is all the air gear will just sit in there nicely tucked out of the way. First things first though, with how filthy this is, I better give it a hose out and a clean out. The tub's now clean. I did go and get some grommets to fill all these holes, but again, this isn't about making the tray airtight just yet. We'll sort that out at a later date. Now, Pirate things. These are the Pirate Camco side panels. So this one here is just the standard panel. Now it's gonna sit in here once I remove the hooks and just create like a little usable space essentially in beside the wheel arch. One thing that surprised me is it's actually alloy. It probably said that on the website, I just didn't read it, but it is light, like I mean next level light. The laser cutout is just cool. Like the design, there's just something I love about it. Pirate has done a top job on this design. It just looks good. And your little Pirate logo, that is cool. Then we've got the jerry can panel for the driver's side. Once we've got them installed, I'll explain why I did it that way. Tool wise, you don't actually need much. All you need is a 10mm socket, 4mm Allen key, and a T40 Torx. To remove all these old tie-down points. These tie-down points, it's worth mentioning that my experience is there's a heap of Loctite in it, so I just went down and got some of these like T40 driver bits, because you can actually put them on the end of a breaker bar and swing off them. Don't get me wrong, they still break, but it makes it a lot easier to break the Loctite on the tie-down points. And I couldn't remember how many beers James said it was going to take me, so I thought, let's just get a carton. First fail. All the cartons of beer I could have grabbed, I grabbed a bloody hot one. That's all right. We'll go back to our tried and trusted goat. This is good beer. I do love goat beer. Two pieces for these brackets. You can see real quickly how it's going to come together. The tie-down point there will come off. This bracket slips in behind it. Goes out to brace against the side of the wheel arch. And then the two bolts that are supplied, literally this little bracket just bolts on there. Just bolts to the end there just to close it all in, and then them two holes there take out the corner tie down, and then it all just goes back in place and holds it in. I think I'm going to retain the tie downs. Good news is mine don't seem to have as much Loctite as what Damo's did, so we're winning already. You can see the way it all comes together and sits in there. Very clean, very sleek, very easy to install. Yeah, that's all my weight swinging off that. A little bit of flex in it, but overall, strong, sturdy. Tie-down points are still accessible. Most important thing, the profiles. So, you see, looking down the back, it's pretty much flush with the back of the tailgate. The wheel arch does stick out a little bit more, but just creates a good usable pocket. A bit warm in the garage today. So, it's about a 2/3 beer job. You probably actually do it quicker if you wanted to. Whew. Ford Expert, no expense on the Loctite on this side. One thing that I recommend, which I've already started filming this, so it's too late now, but you can see where the Torx bit engages the bolt. It's actually started to like warp the threads. If you're doing this, the best thing to do, replace these bloody bolts. Yeah, these Torx heads, they're shit. They're no good. For the jerry bracket, exactly the same concept. Light, aluminium, laser cut bracket, cool logo, just sleek looking bit of gear. Two-piece design, got a couple of bolts. These are both hex heads. What are they? 10mm by the looks of them. So same thing, it just utilises the tie-down point locations. You can put the tie-down points in, don't have to put the tie-down points in. I'm going to test fit this because I'm pretty confident that the jerry does fit in between them tie-down points. We retained the rear tie-down point. Now the centre rear tie-down point did not fit. If you intend on putting a jerry can in this, then that centre tie-down point is like 1/2 centimetre, 5mm, too long. I actually had a threaded M8 eye bolt still laying around, if I'm correct. Perfect. So, all fits in. Now this is just a standard 20 litre Jerry can, I've obviously modified mine. This is my Magic Mike jerry can. You can see she does fit in there quite nicely. And the other cool thing is there's a little bit of room at the back, so you can still store stuff. And it sits quite nicely. It does stick out a bit from top down. So it does stick out a bit further than the wheel well, but nothing that's going to be really used space. I would say it's not going to be enough to cause you too much grief. Because that eye bolt sits actually really well in that bracket, on the passenger side, where I've got that centre tight end, I'm actually going to pull that out, and I've got another M8 eye bolt just lying around. That's actually, the eye bolt's actually a bit cleaner. I'll use the proper rigger spatter to do this up. There we go. It sits much better. Takes up no room. It's not going anywhere. That is the air kit, just sitting in there. Plenty of room for straps, whatever, loose items. The profile, the way it sits, it's awesome. Jerry can bracket, it's in. Same thing, sits perfectly. 20 litre Jerry, you could not ask for much better fitment than that. Very easy, very sleek. It is just a good use of the space in the tray. The main reason that I got the Jerry holder for the driver's side is because it sticks out a little bit. The perfect size to hold my toolkit and my recovery kit. Because really that's all this is. It is just dead space that you can't do anything with. So these little brackets turn into like these good usable baskets. Got to get the compressor organised. We do have it. We just gotta find the motivation. The putting the compressor in isn't the issue. Even the wiring's not that much of an issue. Really want air, but don't want to do it. I need to do this, don't I? I really need to get my ass into gear. Now, thanks to the freezer, we've got a cold pyrolyte. I want to show you a trick. I'm sure a lot of people have the same problem like I do. These Yeti coolers, when I first seen them, I was like, they're ridiculous, they're stupid, they won't work. And this was the main reason. Put a fancy beer in a Yeti cooler and it sits too low. I got an old stubby holder, cut an inch strip out of it. So the two fold in half, sits in the bottom of the cooler, and it essentially acts as a spring. That's maybe a mod for you, James. Make me a little spring, a little coil that can sit in the bottom of a Yeti cooler. Let's make the Pirate Camp Co Yeti cooler spring. Even this Pirate Life South Coast beer, it's growing on me. It's not bad. I don't mind it. That's the first bit of Pirate treasure installed into the Raptor Ranger. Done the side pocket, done the Jerry holder. It is bloody good gear. Super light, super good looking, super strong. Like I say, the laser cutting, the design is cool. I really like the design. Love that they utilise dead space, because let's be realistic, you're not going to put anything behind that in that wheel arch space. So I think it's a good use of space. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Anything, feel free, comment it below. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, go travel.